Hello everybody, it's Erin, and we have officially everything that I colored in January of 2020. I kind of forgot the order of some of these things, so we're just going to start, and I'm going to go with it, and it's going to focus for me. This is the first one I have. It's from Nice Little Town Christmas, I believe. Probably Christmas 2, I think. Not quite sure. Usually I write on the back, but I think I forgot. We did this one on a live stream. We started most of it, and the live stream should be here on YouTube. I know it's on Twitch, but yeah, we did most of it in the snow, and then we added these clearly besotted little stamped images that I had. Sometimes I stamp things out and I don't actually put them on a project right away, so I just kind of looked through my things and I'm like, you know what? I think that they go here, and it covered up some of the snowflakes and just kind of added. I think I just added to the picture. So that's the first one. And the second one I have is this from, excuse me, Chiaki Ida's postcard book. It's like a story of a girl in a forest or something like that. And I colored it up with Copic markers. I added some wood texture around there, gave it a carpet so it looks like a official scene, even though, like, obviously the apple is the size of the girl, so that's a little bit disconcerting as far as the proportions, but I still think it came out cute, and it was a pretty easy finish, and you see I just kind of mounted it together with the previous one that I had colored before. The next one is actually a twofer. It's a picture from the Alphabet Disney book, you know, the Disney Alphabet book by Hachette Heroes. And then what I did was I printed it out on Copic paper so that I could color it, you know, in more detail and the way that I wanted to. And then I didn't like what I had done for the L. I tried to make it a sort of a metal texture, and I don't think that it came out as well as I wanted. So what I did was I went ahead and cut that out, and I replaced it with a picture from the, what's it called, Thomas Kincaid book? That's also Disney. So I replaced it with that picture, so you get kind of a picture-in-picture, and I got to finish off 2 coloring books at the same time, so that was nice. And I mostly focused on the detail of the dogs and stuff, and I know I could fuss with this more and make it more fancy and everything, but I had worked on it for over a week or something like that, and I just thought to myself, you know, you can sit and fuss with it more, or you can just kind of leave it as a... I plan on coloring a lot of Disney this year, because I have a lot of Disney books that haven't gotten a whole lot of attention, and I thought, you know what, this is one of those things that you can look back and improve, maybe, hopefully. Hopefully I improve, we'll see. The next one is from Mouse Guard Coloring. My viewers on Twitch, they watched the flip through of my coloring books, and a few of them were like, hey, you should color this book, you should color this book, so I kind of took that... I kind of took those suggestions from them, and one of them was the mouse card they wanted to see colored, and I hadn't colored in it yet, so I thought that worked out. So here's the first page that I have done in mouse guard, and we finished this during the stream, so you can watch that one start to finish, which is helpful. And originally I couldn't decide if I wanted a purple glow and a green background or a green glow and a purple background, but I think it came out nicely, and I added a little bit of gel pen to kind of cover over the black, what I think were supposed to be stars, but I made it more like a magical cave or something that he's in. So that worked out nicely. And then I have my Witcher picture for the month. I replaced the coloring book since it fell apart. I replaced it with the scrapbook. So you can see them here, and this is Priscilla and Dandelion. He goes by a different name in the TV show, but that's fine. In the game, he's Dandelion, so it works out. And I used some paint on this background here because I didn't have the right color, and so I mixed a couple colors of paint. And I really was able to focus on jewel tones and stuff because they, you know, they're very showy, and their entire thing is entertainment and everything. And their outfits are very colorful, so I thought, why not make the whole scene colorful and kind of fade the other characters into the back so they really, you know, pop out. So that was my intention there. Hopefully it worked for everybody else because it worked for me. The other book that I finished for the single page in is this Jurassic Park book. I did the iconic scene of the T-Rex actually breaking out, Rexy's kind of first time on the scene. I think you end up with this as she's eating the goat, but still it's kind of it's kind of one of those scenes that sticks with you, especially if you were a kid when you watched this for the first time, like I was. And I could put a lot more detail into it, but I really wanted to focus on Rexy's detail, and then with the rain obscuring her as much as possible, because, you know, if you'll remember the scene from the movie, it's very dark, it's very black, and the whole idea of it being so scary was because you couldn't see her. So, I finished that one. And the last one that I finished for the month was from Mythographic Aquatic, and it's this guy here, and so you probably saw a couple of this in installments during a couple of my live streams as I was working on it. But I really enjoy these books where I can just get really surreal with everything and, you know, change the colors around. And it's very difficult for me. I like to color things with regular colors, you know, what they're supposed to be and whatnot. But I had a lot of fun with this one. And I like how the gel pen covers over the mist and smoke or clouds or whatever it is he puts in the images. So it makes the black lines not so stark and gives it more life. I think that helps a lot. And then I just painted in this wood frame. So this was actually the first thing I finished from the year, but it doesn't necessarily count because it's one of those ones that I had sort of half finished. I did start a few things. My last live stream was technically on January 31st, so there was honestly no way that I was going to finish this in time, because it was from Geomorphia, and it's also in Color Morphia. A couple of my viewers had the book and were just like, hey, can you color a picture from that? So I went through and I looked at, I don't have Color Morphia quite yet, so what I did was I went through and I looked at what was in that book to see what was in my other books, because I wanted to color from Geomorphia. So I picked this elephant, and what we did was I colored sections so that you can see this is how I'm coloring the trees and stuff like that. This is how I'm going to finish off the background. This is how I'm going to finish off the smoke, clouds, whatever. This is how I'm going to do the rocks. So if you wanted to copy my page for some reason, you could, because you see exactly where I'm going with it and the techniques that I'm going to use. But like I said, it's not quite done yet, so you'll probably see that in February's video. The other one that I started, actually I started two more just because one of them is going to be super easy to finish off. But a viewer got me this one. Her name is Reno, and she got me this one, this Bob's Burgers coloring book, and I started, where is it? I started this one. I didn't quite finish it yet. I'm not sure that I like how the Neocolor was making the sky, because in Bob's Burgers the sky is very, very matte blue. And so I'm thinking I might go with paint, but I think that it worked for their skin tones and everything, and I'm just going to have to go in with pencils and clean them up a bit. The interesting thing about coloring animation, since if you watch movies and cartoons and whatnot, they don't shade anything, they don't contour anything, and it's really difficult for me not to do so. So you end up with very stylized looking characters that don't really match the characters on the show. See, there's no shadows, there's no shading, there's no nothing like that. It's just flat color, and I cannot color that way, even if I meant to. So I think it's very interesting to see how you color animation characters. This is the same thing with the Disney. Like, if you look at Disney, anything that moves does not have shadows or shading or anything like that. But as a colorist, that's something that I want to add. So it's interesting to color animation like that. And the last one that I have, and it's one of those ones that I can probably finish off really quickly, is I just kind of picked out this. I finished off the Rexy picture, and I thought, you know, I want to do something really quickly. So what should I color? And I thought I would color one of these pictures from, this is Pop Manga from Camilla D'Errico. I removed the jacket because I don't like dust jackets. So I started coloring this. The paper really doesn't like my Tombow markers. You can see here it ended up with a rather weird texture. But you can see on her face I covered it up nicely, so it's not a deal breaker or anything. It was something that I noticed as I was working rather quickly to make sure that my Tombow markers did not streak, because obviously I can't use my Copics when it's double-sided. So I have a couple of works in progress to work on through February, and I have at least one Witcher picture already picked out. Aside from that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I know that for live streams I'm going to be coloring Mythographic Imagine, and I'm pretty sure we have another Disney thing lined up. And then if my Kirby Roseanne's copy of World Within Worlds comes in the month, I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure it's coming around the 17th of February. We're probably going to do that for a coloring stream. So I have stuff planned out loosely. But for now, I'm happy with the 7 pictures that I got done for January, and I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on live streams. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, a thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.